so George Osborne has delivered his third budget as Chancellor, a budget he says rewards work, is on the side of aspiration and unashamedly backs business.
But what did the public think of this year's monetary roadmap? I've hit the streets to find out.
Do you think it was right for the top rate of tax to be cut in the current climate?
Oh no, he made a big mistake there.
I think there's a lot of people who do earn a lot of money, but actually if they end up going abroad, if they end up leaving the industry, we're all buggered anyway. So I think it's more complicated than just how much you earn. And secondly, I do think there are people who are on lower incomes who should be giving more help.
People with the most money should pay the most tax to support those that haven't got the money.
The political centrepiece of this budget, especially for opponents of the coalition, was the cutting of the top rate of tax down to 45 pence. The Chancellor claimed that the 50p rate was economically destructive and raised next to nothing. But the opposition were quick to put the boot into the Conservatives, claiming that they were simply helping out their millionaire mates. And this wasn't the only change in the income tax system.
The amount low and middle income earners can receive before they pay income tax will increase to £9,025 next April, leaving basic 20% taxpayers £170 better off in real terms. However, the level at which the 40% tax band kicks in will be cut by over £1,000 to £41,450 from next April, pushing 680,000 workers up a tax band.
And middle-income pensioners are also set to lose out as they have their personal allowances frozen from 2013. Dubbed the granny tax, approximately 4.4 million existing retirees are expected to be affected. So with all this tax tinkering, has this budget really made us better off?
Do you think you'll be overall kind of a winner or a loser after the budget yesterday?
Well, being a pensioner, I'm a bit of a loser.
Because I work, I hope I'll be better off.
Think you'll be though?
I don't think so.
The newspapers I do, yes.
Why?
It says I'm going to be £170 a year better off, so...
Child benefits should remain as kind of a universal thing. It was wrong to take it out from anyone.
I think child benefits should go to those who need it most.
In the run-up to this budget, child benefits, due to be axed for any household in which someone earned over £42,475, was a prime concern for many. In response, the Chancellor raised the point at which the benefit is set to be binned entirely. Those households in which one partner earns £60,000 will now lose the payment. He also said that it would be withdrawn gradually at the £50,000 mark.
It was also a bad day for those who enjoy a smoke and drink. A packet of 20 cigarettes had 37 pence added onto it in tax, while the fuel duty rise laid out last year was frozen, pushing up booze prices by 5%.
Do you think it's correct for the government to be upping taxes on things like alcohol and cigarettes and stuff like that?
I do, because the consumption needs to be cut, because they're the ones who are going to get liver disease and breast cancer, and then the NHS will have to look after them on taxpayers' money.
1/3 of every cigarette now I read is either counterfeit or it's bought from abroad. It will drive it underground. Businesses will suffer because pubs will certainly suffer, restaurants will suffer.
Smoking does, so I'm going to lose out there, but not as much as I've gained. So
You'll, I think it's 37 pence a pack, is it?
right, yes.
A bottle of wine's going to cost £5 on average in the supermarket now.
No, but we don't go to the supermarket, we go to Laithwaite's.
Don't think it's all that fair, just targeting certain groups.
The booze tax rise is predicted to push the cost of an average bottle of wine up past the £5 mark and push the cost of an average pint to £3.70. And these aren't the only luxuries being hit by increased taxes.
Dubbed the pasty tax, VAT was also slapped on hot food bought from bakeries and supermarkets for the first time. This will push up a Greggs sausage roll by 18 pence, add 30p to a £1.50 pasty, and increase the price of a £5 rotisserie chicken by £1.
The one tax that wasn't tinkered with was fuel duty, and that's bad news for motorists as it means the 3 pence planned rise in August will now definitely go ahead.
I guess fuel duty is now going up in August, which they froze. Do you think that's something that they should have brought down?
Yeah, I run a small business in a rural area, and so the car is quite important, and yeah, that'll have a bigger impact. And I work with lots of other small businesses whose work is in distribution, and they will also struggle.
No, I think they should increase it so people use their cars less for the carbon emissions and stuff and global warming to be cut down.
By far we pay the most fuel duty anywhere else that I've ever been in the world. I mean, it doesn't help the fact that we've just been cut off from fuel supplies from Iran.
It'd be cheaper for me to get a cab everywhere.
The rise in fuel duty is predicted to take petrol prices up to around 145 pence per litre and diesel to 150 pence. Bad news for drivers, as prior to the budget, research from the AA found that 4% of members would change jobs to reduce mileage if the tax rise did go through. 3% also said that they would have to abandon their jobs altogether due to unaffordable fuel costs.
George Osborne says this budget shows that Britain is open for business, proved through a series of tax cuts for higher earners and small businesses. But someone has to pay for those cuts. No pain, no gain, you might say. The problem is, with pain gripping the nation ever tighter every day, the Chancellor will be hoping the gain arrives, and arrives soon, or come 2015, it could be his party attempting to prove that they're still open for business.